the whole time that we do this. We record the beginnings of this.
We got miles of
B-roll.
B-roll, yeah. Which you can't really have miles of audio, but
don't want that to be dirty for Ryan.
If I'd have known you were coming on, I would have made you a tray.
Oh man, you got your own tray?
Fieldworks.
Well, no, I asked him to make me a Fieldworks tray, but I told
they
him
don't have the licensing rights for the Fieldworks tray.
You just admitted that on air.
Yeah, I don't have the licensing rights, so you got to get permissions from Fieldworks.
Well, he'll be here in like 15 minutes, so.
So we got 10 minutes to get this done.
Yeah.
What do you want to ask him?
What brought you to Idaho?
What brought me to Idaho?
Yeah, you need to move
Okay,
back.
before we get started, let's get this going.
It has been.
Perfect. Yeah, let's get this going because Drew, who is very reluctant to be on the show, even though I've been telling him for like a year or so, like maybe 2 years, I've been telling him I wanted to bring him on.
It's been about 2 years since.
And he was all about it until he sat down in here.
Yeah.
And there was microphones set up in the shop, and he's like, "Oh no, you don't want to hear from me."
Well, first he said, "What are you guys doing? A podcast?" That's what he said.
Well, I didn't know you guys were doing a podcast today. I thought it was normal everyday Friday for us, you know.
You might have to. So your mic, let's see. No, you got the right side. The little side with the heart on it. That's the side you speak on it. Heart on it. I said heart.
That's the side I was speaking into.
Yeah, you got to get close to it.
Oh, I got to get really close to it?
Yeah, that's better.
Is that better?
A little better.
Now, how do I know if I'm speaking on the right side of my mic? I didn't know there was a side. I thought it was.
Yeah, you are. I can tell when you orbit the mic. I can tell.
How long have we been doing this? I'm on like 65 episodes, and I didn't know there was a certain.
And I've listened to like 55 of them.
Yeah,
and he still listens to them, which is
obviously we brought on our number one listener. Long time listener,
I've supported you from freaking day one that I met you, so.
Oh,
dude, that's heavy.
I'm gonna need a break. I'm gonna need a break from this. I'm gonna go over in the corner and cry.
I'm gonna be a dick about it.
I didn't know that we were bringing on.
I thought you were a cool guy. You got a small business. I wanted to support you.
I'm glad you said small business.
Operated.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering where he went when he was gonna say you got a small, and we all paused for a second.
So, but seriously, what brought you to Idaho? You said you've been here. What'd you say?
About almost 9 years. Almost 9 or 10 years. Almost 9 or 10 years now. No, honestly.
Wait, where'd you come from?
California.
Oh, I didn't know that when I met you, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh yes, when I met Drew, he was working for an energy drink company that I won't name on the air because they don't pay me.
We can't name them on the air.
But no. Steve is drinking one of their drinks over there.
I boycotted them.
So, what brought you here? You always have this saying. Sorry to interrupt you, but he has this saying. Tell me what the saying is from moving here from California.
Oh, we did it before everybody else thought it was cool.
I don't know why I think that's funny, but every time he says it, it makes me laugh.
Well, we did. We only knew one set of friends that had moved here, and so we came up and visited them probably maybe 2 or 3 times, and the wife fell in love with the place, and she asked if I wanted to get out of California, and anything to get me out of there, I was all for it. And so we started looking for jobs. We gave ourselves about 9 months to find jobs up here. And literally, like 3 months later, I found a job. And so we literally rented an apartment sight unseen and made the jump. And here we are.
And you haven't looked back?
Haven't looked back.
What part of Cali?
Central Valley, just north, like 15, 20 minutes north of Fresno, California.
So not completely communist, but...
Not completely communist. Like, that Central Valley area is very agricultural driven. So, like, I grew up on 3/4 of an acre, like, my dad had a shop that you can build anything and everything that you can imagine out of, the whole 9 yards. Like, grew up very rural. But we're here, and their house is on the market there right now in California. And
so they're going to move this way too?
Mm-hmm. As soon they just retired, they're retiring at the end of this month. So as soon as the house sells, they're out of there too.
So I got cousins in Redding, which is way up north, obviously. Like, I know it's not the same place, but I keep telling them, you got to get out of there. You got to get out of there.
Me and the wife have family in Redding, California as well. So,
and Redding's nice, but man, there's a lot of weirdos up there.
Man, I feel left out. I don't have any family in California.
Don't
feel friends. Well, I guess I have some friends there. But.
Yeah, I bet you do, but don't feel bad.
I don't know if they're really friends if they live in California.
Yeah.
So am I not a real flame?
You don't live in California. You live literally 2 miles from my shop.
I know, but I'm from California. But you're kind of insinuating that, so I'm just asking.
I'm insinuating that if you don't move from California to Idaho, we might not be real friends.
Here's my opinion with people moving from other states. Like, I am absolutely cool with people moving. Absolutely cool. As long as, what the reason why most people are coming here is like you. It's a nice place. People are somewhat awesome, beautiful area, just friendly community, right? Well, that's fine. Just leave it that way when you get here. Don't bring your junk with you.
I'm starting to change my opinion. I kind of think that anybody who wants to work at a fast food restaurant or a restaurant, please move to Idaho because I am tired of 40 minutes in line to get McDonald's.
Yeah, with a closed dining room.
So if you want a job and you want to come to Idaho, hit me up. I'll send you in the direction. I've been to about 14 restaurants this week 10 of them I couldn't even go to because they're closed.
DQ and come on.
I will say this about like the fast food joints compared to like California. The people that work in the fast food joints here are 100 times nicer than the people who work in fast food joints in California. There's been numerous times that I've gone through the drive-thru and they've just been super rude, like your order's wrong, and like you go back through the drive-thru if your order's wrong, and you're like, hey, I ordered this, and this, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't give a fuck. Yeah, sorry. Here's your food. Move along.
I'm pretty nervous about going back and say, hey, my food's wrong. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I never even check it.
I get pissed. Well, okay, one time with that over here off Overland when I went to, well, I guess I shouldn't say the name, but it's in a box and his name's Jack.
Gotcha.
But they gave me like completely the wrong meal, like, and I was driving back to Idaho Falls, so I literally turned around. It was like it was afternoon traffic, so it was already a nightmare. I go into the store because it was before everything was stupid. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're the guy that ordered 12." I was like, "Yeah, I am that guy." And he was actually, the manager was like really cool about it. He was like, "Oh, here, you name the dessert. I'll throw the dessert in here. You can keep that meal. Here's your other meal." Okay.
Oh, I figured they'd take the meal back so they give it to the next guy that ordered it.
He probably got the guy behind his meal.
Well, it's like I'm severely allergic to like raw tomatoes, and so like anything that I order from a fast food restaurant, no tomatoes.
Yeah.
And so another company that will not be named on
McDonald's,
maybe possibly, quite possibly. Anyways, ordered. This was back in California. I ordered something with no tomatoes, and literally I cannot eat anything that has been touched by raw tomatoes. Like if it's been cooked, I'm fine for some reason. I don't know why. Like,
tomatoes are awful anyways.
But like I just ate pizza, which has tomato base. Pizza's fantastic, by the way. But anything that's been touched by raw tomatoes, like I just have a severe allergic reaction to it. And like I went back through the drive-thru and I was like, hey, I asked for the only thing I asked for was no tomatoes. And these guys were like literally like in California, they were like literally F you, we don't care. Have a nice day. Like they didn't want to.
Bless their hearts.
Oh yeah, bless their hearts.
So do you shoot?
Absolutely.
What's your favorite platform to shoot?
Well, I shoot. Well, the main platform that I shoot is AR. I've shot a couple of AK platforms. Obviously, I'm a Glock fan. So I do most of my handguns are Glock.
Good thing Mark's not here anymore.
Yeah, it's not a Walther shooter.
So mainly AR platforms. I own a couple of AR platforms. I haven't made the leap to AK platforms yet or anything like that. Even though they're absolutely solid platforms, I'm not biased or anything by one means or another.
Well, I just mixed up the two, and I just had a 7.62x39 AR built. I'm supposed to pick it up hopefully this week.
Nothing wrong with that.
So it'll reliably jam.
They said that it wouldn't, and they had steel case ammo that they were shooting. So
I shoot steel case out of my AR.
See,
right now you shoot whatever you can get.
Well, I mean, also like a lot of people that own ARs are like, "Oh, I don't shoot steel case out of this." And I'm like, "Well, why not?"
For me, it depends on which AR I'm running it through. If it's cheap, I don't care. But if I'm running it through something, like I have an expensive AR, and I try to.
Steve, you have like 50 ARs.
I said an expensive AR. Don't. My wife listens to these sometimes, so
she's been on the show with me, and I've asked how many ARs you have.
She doesn't know.
Yeah, that's exactly her answer.
Well, you just said 50.
Well, trust me, 50 is low if your wife's listening.
Yeah, and if he passes away, she's gonna sell him for what he told her that he bought him for, and then
yeah, you're gonna be in
I
trouble.
need to make sure I write up a will that's very descriptive on what's gonna happen to my firearms.
I've already got that done.
I thought all your firearms got lost in the Snake River.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Man, you're getting your stories all confused.
Man, I feel like I'm in the ATF interrogation room.
Oh.
Well, they're going to ask me what point system what points are each one of those firearms at.
Yeah, exactly. How many points does it have? How many are SBRs? How many are pistols? How many are rifles?
Dude, I heard something today about that whole brace thing. So, when you buy like ARs from the manufacturer that have the brace on them, so like the SIG and the Springfield Saints and stuff. So you can't just take the brace off of that.
What?
You have to destroy the entire firearm or send it to the ATF if this crap passes. You can't just take the brace off because it's considered the SBR at that point from the manufacturer.
I'm really glad that I never jumped on this pistol brace bandwagon for the last few years. No guns that I own have pistol braces.
I have like two pistol braces sitting in my safe, but
I own pistol braces. Like I've gotten one sent to me. I've demoed ones. I've put them on guns. I don't own a gun that has one.
So I was listening to an interview from the SB Tactical guy, the guy that created the whole brace thing, right? And he was saying that the ATF figures with their research, there's somewhere between 3 and 10 million. And he's like, I know for a fact there's more than that because one of our braces we've manufactured 4 million. Just one of the styles.
Remember when it was called the SIG brace, not even a pistol brace?
Yeah.
When it first came out.
And it had an ATF letter saying it was approved?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think I've seen multiple ATF letters. But...
Yeah, multiple times. Yeah. Anyway.
ATF is useless.
Does your wife shoot?
So much. She shoots a bolt gun very, very well.
Nice.
Haven't gotten her on to pistol or an AR yet, but she shoots bolt guns and shotguns very, very well. So trying to get her, she's one of those ones that hasn't wanted to jump on the train yet. I'm trying to get her conceal carry because she's a real estate agent and everything.
Sure. Yeah.
So
there's lots of horror stories out there.
Definitely trying to get her on that train, but she's a little reluctant on it. But we're getting there.
So you carry, obviously.
Obviously.
So what does your wife think about that? Is she like apprehensive, or she's like? Sometimes my wife's like, why are you putting that on again? We're just going to the grocery store.
Nope, my wife doesn't say two words to me. Like we've had those numerous conversations about what ifs and what could happen when we're out and about. Regardless of the area or where we're going or anything along those lines. And she does not second guess anything that I do. So
nice.
That's greatly fortunate of me that she doesn't do that.
She's a keeper then.
Oh, definitely.
Nick, what do you got?
I'm for him.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just looking up these rules for the pistol brace, and I was.
Don't look those up. You're gonna get lost in translation.
You just scored 2 points by looking them up.
Well, the points confused me because it said one point the weapon could be fired from the shoulder.
Yep.
2 points the weapon was designed or intended to be fired from the shoulder.
So you take a rifle and put a brace on it.
3 points the weapon is likely designed or intended to be fired from the shoulder.
So I don't listen to the ATF on anything that they put out or read anything the ATF puts out. So what are these points?
So are these points combined?
So you can't have more than 4 points total.
Because 4 points says the weapon is designed.
What do the points mean in general?
Well, hang on.
So the new brace rule that's been proposed is first of all, they want to get rid of pistol braces because our current president says it makes them more dangerous and more concealable. You know anybody that still carries an AR pistol? I'm sure there's people out there. I haven't met any.
I've had requests for holsters maybe 3 times.
And last time I checked, when I add big bulky things to a firearm, it makes it harder to conceal. So like adding an optic, adding a brace, adding a foregrip, whatever, like
adding a light, adding a 30 round mag to it. I mean,
yeah. So it's ridiculous. Anyway, so each one of those things, whether it's an optic or flip up sights or whatever, depending on the brace, each one of those adds 1 to 4 points to that particular firearm. Once you're past 4 points, then it's supposed to be an NFA item.
So flip-up sights give the gun 1 point towards being an SBR.
So you can't have backup irons on something. That
no, because if you put an optic, that's
no. Because a red dot, there's something here that says a red dot is 2 points.
Yep.
But if you put backup irons on it, does it make it 4
That'd
points?
That'd be 4 points.
Then you're SBR.
Well, that'd be 3. Because if you had iron sights and a red dot, that's 3 points.
3 points total.
And if you have, and then it says here, a hand stop is 2 points. So that's halfway already towards being an SBR.
So that's just a little finger deal at the end of it. Yeah.
What else did it say?
What about like?
Oh, and it says it says ATF encourages all companies to resubmit their firearms to the ATF Tech Branch to be re-examined.
Oh, there's about $5,000 a rifle.
Well,
even if a manufacturer's product scores under 4 points at the ATF could determine that the company is trying to circumvent the NFA, the ATF could choose to charge the company with a crime. This power could discourage companies from selling braced pistols, even if the ATF rules it is in fact a pistol.
So basically, what they're saying is this is an arbitrary rule, and we'll do whatever the hell we want. And that's 4 points.
Oh, and it now says that the Shockwave and the TAC-14 will be considered short-barreled shotguns. There is no way to get any shotgun-based guns that would make it through the new regulations.
So that means even like Smith & Wesson Governor and
that'd be
the judge, any of those.
Yeah. So basically, don't waste your freaking time and talk to your congressman.
So I'm on the. So then this also says the ATF gives gun owners several choices. The first choice being turn your guns into the ATF.
Sure.
At no cost to the gun owner.
Oh, that's pleasant. So you're going to lose your firearm. So
the second choice would be to install a barrel longer than 16 inches. The third choice, pay a $200 tax stamp, register it as an SBR.
Wait 9 months.
And the final option would be modify the brace and not sell it to anyone in the future.
Modify the brace.
Yeah, so you can destroy the brace, but if it goes on to a standard buffer tube, that's whatever, 2 points or whatever it is against you. Isn't that silly?
This is some of the dumbest shit I've ever read.
Well, it's federal government.
This is why I let you be in charge of the current event.
So that's why it's so important to get involved. Gun Owners of America and there's a bunch of them, not the NRA, by the way, have been really proactive about getting this information out.
Well, just a heads up, everything I just read was from the NRA website.
Well, they stole it from somebody else.
More than likely.
What are we looking at over there?
I saw the door open in the office.
Oh. So
our guest of honor.
You are the guest of honor.
I am not the guest of honor.
Yeah, you're the guest of honor this week. We didn't tell you, but this is going up live.
Oh, so is this all a ruse? Like Ryan from Fieldworks is not showing up, and
This is actually the first episode.
The lonely guy here that's just being interrogated by everybody else.
Yeah, this is the first episode that we actually set up cameras and we're streaming live to our YouTube channel.
Okay.
But they're hidden cameras.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, there's one right there in front of him. There's one in front of you, one in front of me, and then there's the one in front of him. So.
Cool. I think I heard the door open, so
the door did open.
We might be in luck.
And I hear someone saying hello, so I better go check who that is.
Yeah.
What's up, Baggers?
Oh, it's him.
Uh-oh.
I guess we better cut this one short, Drew. You got it. You got off easy.
Cool. Perfect. That's all good with me.
The funny thing is Drew thinks we actually were joking around, but I've got 19 minutes and 31 seconds of audio.
And he's about to be on the next 19 minutes and 31 seconds.
I'm just going to sit here and listen.
All right.
Because I love listening to Ryan talk. So anything that Ryan has to say, I'm all ears.
Word.
Okay. All right.
Well, peace out. You want to say anything?
No.
Nope.
Thanks,
any
guys.
last words?
Appreciate it.
Well, we'll have him back on a full-fledged, range-minded podcast episode
No, you won't.
coming soon.
No, you won't.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.